Hello, I just wanted to check in with all of you. So I wanted to ask you a question. Do you feel triggered at the moment in relationship and communication? Because that was one of the themes we were talking about in my community, in our community. On Tuesday, we had our first monthly group call. So, what we were talking about is that in this time when you're highly conscious, and also if you're not, but if you're highly conscious, you might have felt this peace in your relationship and your communication for a while now, but suddenly feel that there's some things coming up and triggering you. And what we were tuned into and what I'm sensing in this time that we are really calibrating our ability to go into very intimate, very close relationships with our soul family that we are being connected in with in a deep way in this time. But what I wanted to share with you was more of we're doing some activations there in the community that are very deep and allow us to really calibrate in with this in our experience and in our body so we can feel peace and expand in the way we're meant to, in a joyful way, because everyone are expanded whether they know it or not, but it can be a bit messy. So here we are receiving a lot of guidance and assistance from my guides, from the guides that are connected to this work, on how to really allow our own reality to be our truth and feel peaceful about it and allow others to have their truth. So I'm guided to share something with you that has come up in many sessions and which are like very expanding in our understanding on how we go into these relationships, and sometimes things we have to like fulfill each other need for answers, and I can explain a bit more in depth about that in a few minutes. So what I feel often when I connect with the clients is that we have some mechanism that is like preventing us of really tuning in with the real cause in, for example, arguments. When we are not feeling aligned to something, we often come up with a reason why we don't want this or why we're disagreeing to this, or in arguments we try to come up with a reason why we're hurt or why something is wrong with the other, with ourselves. And what I feel in those relationships and in those situations is that we are actually not tuned in with the real cause, because if we were, we would feel there was nothing wrong, there was nothing going wrong, that the energy was just guiding us somewhere else. But we are trained to having to find a cause and that there needs to be something wrong. So, if someone's saying something to you that you're not agreeing to, and that's where I want to go with this video, because I know many of you listening to this are very conscious. So you will know your desires, you will know who you are, but you will sometimes get triggered if someone else tells you something and it feels off, or it feels mean, or it feels like leading to a discussion of who's right and who's wrong. Know that many are trained to just give you an explanation, say this is what it is, and they are not really attuned with what is the real cause. So I can go a bit deeper with that. I remember the first time I felt this in a client, and I can say I'm very clairsentient, so I can feel these small settings in the energy system and in our emotional body and in our physical body. So first time I felt this, I was thinking, oh, that's why the women get the reputation that they sometimes say yes when they mean no, and say no when they mean yes, and then they're difficult to figure out what they really mean. So what I felt was this, in this family line extra clear, I felt that there had been this denial of the wants and needs in the family, on the women's side. So they had not been allowed to have any wants or needs, so they had to hide them. And in the beginning, that could have been looked like this, that they knew what they wanted, but they said something else. So you wanted the blue, but you said the green one instead, because you didn't want maybe to hurt anyone's feelings, or there was some other reason why you could maybe not afford the blue one. You knew the family couldn't afford that, so you had to say you really wanted the green one. And after a while, this became such a mechanism that it became really difficult to feel what you wanted. And that's what I feel really clear. And that's what I've seen in so many human beings by now, that we are really trained to avoid this. And by doing that for a long time, we lose the opportunity to actually feel what we want and need. And imagine then that you get into a discussion around something and you have to explain yourself, and you have actually no idea what is the underlying root cause of this, or what you truly wanted, or why you suddenly not wanting to be with these people anymore or go there anymore. But you just need to say something because you learned that you have to say something, and there have to be something wrong in order for you to be allowed to have your will or have your way. So that's where I want to go with this. Because if you're experiencing any of this, people who come up with these reasons that just triggers you, or they're saying something that triggers you, know that so many people are really unaware of this, and they just think that they have to come up with something, and that you can tune into yourself and into your body and into your peace, and know that there can be something else said, that they can say something else. If you read between the lines, if you like catch the true meaning of their words, it might be very different to what they're actually saying. They might be accusing you of something, and what they're saying, if you really tune in, is just, I need help to love myself. And then you can do that. You can help them to love themselves by loving you, for example. Or there can be some other ways. So that is where I want to take you today with this little expansion. And know that in the community, we are doing some activations that's really helping us to hear the true message. And we started on this, we did this on Tuesday, and we will go deeper into that in the month's theme video, because every month we have a theme video where we dive deeper into a subject chosen by the community. And the community, you can join the first 2 weeks for free, so you can go in and watch the monthly video that is giving you some preparation for this month of March. And you can also gain access to the theme video as soon as it's out. And after the 2 weeks, it's $39 per month, which is approximately 250 Danish kroner if you're Danish. And I know that some of you are. So if you want that, I will just post the link here, or maybe you can go to the bio, I think. Okay, have a beautiful rest of your day. Bye for now.